Hi everyone, welcome to Zainat session on All India Round 2 versus State Round 2. Finally, we have been able to put this together to some extent. The choice fillings are open. Most of you would be filling in choices because ineligibility is not prescribed as far as All India Round 2 allotment or joining is concerned till now in any state that we are aware of. Very clearly in the schedule or it has not been prescribed. One or two states still have it in the prospectus but have modified their schedule or their rules for round 2 to allow participation. So basically choice filling is on for all the candidates who are eligible for that particular state in round 2, and they're filling in choices. But we'll look at what are the scenarios when decisions have to be taken because of the timelines that exist and because there is no clarity on the removal part. Uh, we would suggest, if you still missed out in filling in choices and it is open, please fill in choices. The removal the state will take care of. The rules the state will take care of it. Current timeline. Basically, there are three timelines which are very critical as far as All India goes. All India round two joining end date. It is still September 5th. At the time of us going recording the session, September 4th at around 12 noon, no notification has come up. So possibly till 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. on September 5th, you still have till that timeline, you still have a joining possibility. Keep that open. Okay. And second, All India round one retained or All India round two joined. If you have retained your All India round one seat and not resigned till now, after second, and you've joined your seat, resignation is open now. All India round two joined or resigned. If you're holding a seat, it is open now. So those who have not joined, still resignation is have joined and resignation is still open. Who are retaining the round one seat, resignation is still open. Deadline has not been mentioned. At least till September 5th, possibly till that 4 p.m. deadline, you will be able to do that. So options of either resigning or joining are open till September 5th, which is very clear. Beyond that, will there be an extension? We are hoping that MCC will give some hope of an extension, or at least clarify on an extension by today, which is 4th of September. If not, then you will have to extend it till possibly September 5th afternoon or noon to take a decision on your All India round 2 joining or resignation. Uh, uh, All India round 3 choice filling start date is 9th of September. This you need to note because last time it is still the date of choice filling, start date of choice filling, that resignation was allowed. Like 18th September, 18th August resignation was allowed. 19th was the actual date of choice filling start, even though it was delayed. But till 18th resignation was allowed, and they still allowed a hope of another day. But don't expect that. As of now, we are not saying that it will be extended, everything will be extended till 8th of September. We are saying that the notification has not come out yet. As of now, September 5th is the deadline. That is the deadline today. Even if you call us up, even if you call MCC call center, this response will be the same because September 5th is the timeline now. What to do regarding that, we will try to uh, convey to you so that you take the right decisions, or maybe with the suggestions you get better information to decide. Will state remove the All India round two joint candidates is the second best thing. This also second most asked query. Uh, this is also for all India, not only for All India round two joint. You joined All India round two, then you resigned. Okay, will still there be a removal? That is a query, right? And then you joined, you have retained a All India round one seat. You're holding on to the seat. Will there be a removal? So these are queries. First thing is, who will intimate this list? Who will intimate? Obviously, MCC has to intimate, or DGHS will intimate. Actually, MCC is a counseling body. DGHS is the authority which drives the entire part. So DGHS has to intimate all the states to either take action on some list or not take action. Till now, we know that for UG nothing was shared, and we also know that in the entire MCC prospectus, nothing is mentioned saying that after All India round two joining, there will be a list that will be shared and the candidates will be debarred, etc. But whether it will be shared or not, no confirmation yet. Even if they share it, let us say they share as list saying, like in round one, saying that all these candidates are admitted in All India round one. That had nothing to do with debarment. You already know that there were a lot of candidates who were creating confusion and misinformation saying that All India round one, once they share a list, everybody will be removed from state round one. That was not towards debarment. That list was purely towards admission of All India round one confirmation. Similarly, if they share an All India round two list without mentioning or directing states to debar, how will they debar is a question. Without that, what authority do they have to debar, or how will they debar without MCC or DGHS basically directing them to debar for a clause? All India is already allowing All India round two joint candidates to upgrade to All India mop-up, All India round three. So basically, where does this debarment come from? They debarred actually from All India round three and state round two last year. Now they are allowing them to go ahead and resign. So that is a question. So the list itself is a query. Did not happen for UG. So we are waiting for confirmation. None of this is confirmed. So we are waiting for confirmation because time only will tell us whether this happens or not. Who will be part of the list is a second query. I have joined All India Round 2 and then I resigned. So if you're publishing the result after any time, whatever timeline you give the resignation, will you include All India Round 2 joint candidates or joined and resigned candidates? First, when there is no debarment shared, then this does not is not relevant at all. Second, if at all there is something like that shared, very minor chance, but if it is shared, let us say, um, who will be part of the list? That is another confusion. When will this be published? All results are coming up on 8th or 9th. There are only, I think, two states which are publishing results after the 9th, possibly Tamil Nadu and Bihar. Most of the states, let us say, publish their results before 9th max. So in that scenario, if the list of joint candidates or whatever list is published by MCC without mentioning a debarment, then how will they do it after the end date of joining? So the last date, when the results date, when these are published, and whether there is an extension of resignation, all these matter, which is almost like unclear, completely unclear now. Has the state intimated anything regarding removing joint candidates? This is a very, very critical question. We don't have any state which has intimated this in the round two schedule at least. Most of the states are playing a wait and watch approach. If they get any intimation, they might possibly remove, but otherwise, no state has intimated it. Some states have it in the information brochure still, saying that all India round two joint candidates are ineligible. But many states have gone ahead and changed that in the information brochure, or at least in the schedule for round two, clearly removed last year's clauses saying all India round two joint candidates are ineligible for state round two. We'll remove all those candidates. That has been the case. We'll go through state by state too. So basically, with all this in place, it looks like everything is moving towards all India round two to state round two. Whether it is right, whether it will create issues for impact, etc. Beyond that, what is going to happen is what we are trying to derive. In your scenario, also, you have to take a decision based on what is going to happen, right? You are a candidate, irrespective of what everybody else believes in is right or not. There is an MCC rule, there is a state rule. You have to take a decision. We'll go through that. This long thing is more towards ensuring that you understand that as a candidate, you understand that these are the factors. Putting out every one of these factors will help you that go through whatever it is for your state and then take the right decision. So these are the factors which are basically going to derive everything. Fundamentally, critical decisions are: will state remove all India round one retained, all India round two joined, or all India round two joined and resigned? And who will give that list? That is a very fundamental question. If MCC is not going to give the list, what will state do without any authority and without any debarment direction? That is a first question. Second, whatever candidates think or whatever candidates interpret is not going to be final. It is what MCC is going to do, because they have not mentioned any clause mentioning that all India round two retain joint candidates or any of these set are going to be debarred from further counselings. It is only from all India round three they are mentioning that. Second, extension of joining deadline, extension of resignation deadline to decide. So if you're yet to join All India round two seat, an extension of joining deadline is very critical. And if you've joined an All India round two seat already, or All India round one retained seat you hold, resignation deadline is critical. As of now, these two stay at September 5th. Now, we look at quickly at three states: Sikkim, Tripura. You can go to the timelines. Odisha, they have already completed their allotments. So nothing yet. Very clear. They have already completed their allotment without looking at anything. Manipur. So all these, they've got their allotments. As of now, they would have, most of these candidates would have waited for the joining for All India round two, would go ahead and join respective states. If you're an All India round one retained candidate, then possibly you will go and resign till it is open. Like Odisha is allotted yesterday night. If you're an All India round one retained candidate and you're getting your Odisha allotment, then you will go and join Odisha as resign and join Odisha. That is possible. There is no confusion in, because Odisha has gone ahead and allotted you. Manipur, RIMS, JNIMS, online or offline counseling on 6. So they have an hybrid option where Zoom is also possible for other state candidates who are not able to participate, or those candidates in Manipur districts, affected districts in Manipur. So inside within Manipur. So in those cases, they directly participate and get a seat. There's nothing mentioned regarding any department. Chandigarh is offline. Today it is happening. So it obviously candidates will go to Chandigarh today and then take a call on their All India round two seat or All India round one retain seat as such. at Kerala. We come to the first. This is an order of we have been trying to do it in order of choice filling end date or the result date. First is the result date we have taken. Then we have taken the choice filling end date. Kerala is a has some confusion. Kerala had mentioned a prospectus. The prospectus mentions in one place that candidates admitted in round two are not eligible for. So candidates admitted in All India round two are not eligible for All India round three or state round two choice filling. Okay, so they are not eligible. But uh, Kerala came up with an amendment. We all know that, and then removed that amendment. Irrespective of that, what has happened in Kerala is they have removed specifically a clause mentioning that All India round two joint candidates are ineligible for state round two choice filling. Last year, they had this clause. This year, that clause alone has been removed in the ineligibility, very clearly mentioning All India round two joint candidates are ineligible for state round two allotment. So, will they remove All India round two joint candidates? Will they have a list? No list will be there if they are publishing the result tomorrow. Obviously, there is no list. MCC will publish the list only later at a later point in time. And so, assumption here is that Kerala, if they go by deadline of provisional result, the clause of removing All India round two joint candidates from state R2 allotment may not happen. Take your assumption on this. Before we go ahead with what we suggest, take your assumption on this whether All India round two joint candidates will be removed or not. We can give you information that between last year and this year, in the prospectus, in the schedule of round two, that All India round two joint candidates ineligibility has been taken off, which means they clearly have removed the ineligibility clause of All India round to join candidates. So that is information for you. Suggestion. So it is very today possibly let us say choice filling has ended. Wait for joining date extension because provisional results are going to be on 5th September. You wait till today night, let us say, for joining extension or max till tomorrow September afternoon. This is for those candidates who have not joined their All India round 2 seat. Wait for this joining extension. In case you don't get an extension, then if you're All India round 1 retained or All India round 2 joined, you don't get an extension till September beyond September 5th for joining, or you have not joined and you don't get an extension, or if you join and you're looking for a resignation, whatever it is, if you there is no extension of joining, wait for a an extension of resignation at least. Once you're allotted and you're allowed to resign, let us say till 6th or 7th. If that happens and you have that information by today or by tomorrow 5 p.m., let us say MCC comes up with a notice. We don't have confirmation, but let us say they come up with a notice saying that you can resign till 7th September. You can always join the seat, or if you are an All India round 1 retained candidate, take a decision on resignation late 2 days later. Joining and resignation is possible till 7th. So I will join now, or if you're retained, continue in the same status without resignation now. Wait till 6th September or 5th September for the results and take a decision. So a joining date extension till around, let us say, 6th or 7th will help you, or a resignation time, even if joining date extension is not done. For those candidates who have already joined our All India round 1 retained candidates, a resignation extension will help you take decisions. Or you can even wait for Kerala round 2 results. Let us say the results come on tomorrow morning, 5th September morning, or today night. You have postponed your decision till the results, and then you can take a confident call on resigning if you hold a seat, or joining All India round 2 based on your state round 2 results, or going with state round 2 seat. So basically, all the decisions can be postponed possibly max till 5th September afternoon. And in case you still don't have a decision to make, none of these have happened. Joining date extension did not happen. Resignation timeline extension did not happen. Kerala round 2 results are also not out by tomorrow afternoon. Let us say 1 p.m., 2 p.m. If you will have to take a decision between your Kerala state round 2 expected seat versus All India round 2 seat you have in hand. This is a decision that you can take even now. Let us say none of these happen. What will I decide? Will I join the All India round 2 seat and hope for an extension or any changes? Or will I not join the All India round 2 seat fearing that there might not be a resignation. So that is a decision that you can take even now, provided these two, three do not happen. I will take this decision as a choice that you can make even now. If these happen, forget the choice, go ahead, and it is a pretty easy thing. In case these don't happen, any of these don't happen, then take a choice, and that choice you implement. If you are willing to join your all India round 2 seat instead of a state round 2 expected seat, that is the choice. If none of these happen, then you have to be at the all India round 2 institute tomorrow at afternoon, September 5, giving you at least 2 hours or 3 hours almost to complete your joining process. Check with the institute also if you're going to join All India round 2 seat, whether they'll be available tomorrow afternoon if you're postponing every decision to September 5th afternoon. Okay. We hope that something happens. One of these happen. Basically, like it happened for UG, like it happened in round 1. But if not, be ready with the decision. And if a decision is to join the All India round 2 seat instead of the state round 2 expected seat, you have an All India round 3 option. You don't want to get confused with state round 2, minimal chances in state round 2. Then you have to be in All India round 2 joint institute. If you decide on your state round 2 expected seat, anyways, I'm not going to join the All India round 2 seat. If it is a forced choice between these two, then don't need to be at the All India round 2 institute. We always suggest you be there and then take a call at the time of, in case nothing happens today, which means travel by 4th September evening might be required if none of these happen by 4th September evening. So this is Kerala. Very clear. So the clarity is not there in certain areas, but decisions can be driven through this. Hope that is clear. If it is still confusing, uh, basically look at other options. Basically talk to people and then take a decision, or you can call us up if whenever we are available. Once we are available after 2 o'clock today. West Bengal. Is the next state. Now, West Bengal looks a little straightforward today. We started with West Bengal. There was a lot of confusion. Only difference in the West Bengal scenario is like exactly like Kerala state, exactly like Kerala, the resigned candidates alone of state R1 are ineligible for state round 2. So if you have already resigned your state R1 seat within the timeline, in order to join the All India round 2 seat, you are already out of West Bengal state R2. You would know that. So the consideration is only for those candidates who are actually looking at an All India round 2 joint seat without possibly holding a state round 1 seat. That is how the consideration is. It is a call between that All India round 2 joint candidates versus state round 1 candidates who have retained, who did not join this All India round 2 seats. Now, you might be in any of these scenarios, but West Bengal results today come after 4th September, 4 p.m. That is the timeline that is prescribed by West Bengal. Pretty decent timeline, assuming the fact that till tomorrow, everybody has a decision to make, timeline to take a decision. So 5th September anyways is the timeline. So wait till 4 p.m. today for the results, and then take a decision on either joining a All India round 2 seat, or if you're already having an All India round 1 retained seat, or you've already joined your All India round 2 seat, on resigning that seat. Take a decision tomorrow. In case results are not up by today, you can even be at the All India round 2 institute tomorrow, and then morning, if the results are out, you can take a decision. If they are delayed, you can still postpone your decision. And if this gets delayed still, results beyond 5th afternoon or so, then you have to take a forced call. May not happen. If that happens, then you take a forced call between both the seats. As of now, it looks the timelines are not uh, the timelines look okay for you to take decisions because there is a solid 1 day. Worst case, you have to be at the All India round 2 institute tomorrow if the results are not out by today. So all this is expecting that the state has already removed the clause of All India round 2 joint candidates from state R2 allotment. Basically, removing All India round 2 joint candidates from West Bengal was a clause that was clearly mentioned last year. They said they will remove All India round 2 joint candidates from state R2 allotment. That clause has been removed now. They have said, no, we are not going with this clause as per the new notification for round 2 new prospectus in itself. That clause has been clearly removed. So basically, we don't think All India round 2 joint candidates can be removed anyways because of the timeline too, because they are publishing it before the round 2 joining deadline itself. Maharashtra. Maharashtra has also made the changes, a lot of changes in the prospectus. So Maharashtra, the choice filling ends today, but the results are coming on 6th September. So now we are entering into a timeline where results are going to come after 6th September. Basically, which means without an extension, there is a forced choice. Correct? 5th September, as of now, possible. So for joining. So if you're an All India round two not join candidate, till 5th September afternoon, you can possibly decide. Maybe wait for extension notification of joining or a resignation notice. If you are an All India round one retained candidates or you are planning to join by 5th September, wait for a resignation notice. If the resignation notice is says that extension is beyond 7th September, let us say 6th September or 7th September, like it happened last time, 18th September, there was a 18th August, exactly the results were published and the resignation was also possible till that timeline. So if that is allowed, like in round one, then you may have to wait for that. Today till 4th September, suggestion today till 4th September, at least till night, wait for any extension notice. If it is not available, be there at the All India Round 2 Institute in case you have already joined the institute or you want to join, to take a call tomorrow, 5th September, based on what the extension is. In case no decisions are arrived, no extension is provided, then you have to take a decision on All India Round 2 seat versus straight Round 2 expected seat. You have either All India Round 2 not joined or All India Round 2 retained and All India Round 2 joint seat. Any one of these you will be. Three scenarios you will be. So either of these scenarios, if no extension is provided for a resignation or maybe for joining there is an extension provided and resignation both there is an extension provided, then if nothing happens, you will have to take a forced decision. Either you are going with your All India Round 2 joint seat or your state Round 2 expected seat. Now, All India Round 2 seat, whether you're going to join or joint seat and state Round 2 expected seat. Now, what will happen here? When can you take this decision? Even now, you can take this decision. You have your All India Round 2 seat. You can check on expected state Round 2 seat, what are the possibilities, etc., and take a decision. In case your decision is very clear, I am going with All India Round 2 joint seat only. If that is a query, then if there is a query, then sorry, seems to be it. Okay. So if you're deciding on your All India Round 2 joint seat in the absence of any extension, you have to be at the All India Round 2 Institute tomorrow to take a decision. Till September 5th afternoon, you can have that timeline. So take a decision possibly by tomorrow, if it by today night, if in case it involves travel. Gujarat. Now, Gujarat. One thing we would like to mention again, the assumption is that Maharashtra would not remove state all India round to join candidates like they did not remove in UG. And they have removed all the clauses saying that all India round to join candidates will be removed from state round two, which means the clause does not exist now, which possibly means they are looking at basically getting with the final result. If you don't believe that this is right, this is your assumption to make. Information saying that all India round to join candidates will be removed or not, especially with Maharashtra, there is some confusion. So if your decision and your take information from DMER, take information possibly, try to gather as much information in any clauses mentioned in the prospectus, whether this is mentioned. In case you still believe that there is a risk that Maharashtra may remove all India round to join candidates based on some list that MCC shares. We don't know what list, but if that is your assumption, take a forced decision now. Okay, please don't come back and say that we believed that all India round to join candidates will definitely not be removed and then took a decision. This for Maharashtra might be a tricky call, but obviously, if you're going to take a forced decision on all India round two versus state round two, and that forced decision is joining all India round two, assuming resignation or assuming removal, then uh, be very clear about that. This is an assumption only because there is nothing on record except for the fact they have removed certain clauses. DMER is still possibly confused. They're confusing candidates possibly with some information which may not end up being the right thing that they implement. Gujarat. Gujarat is also there is a timeline. Today choice filling ends at 3 p.m. A provisional result date here has not been intimated yet, which leaves us into a very difficult situation on not even knowing when the provisional results will be declared. They completed the choice filling. They were supposed to complete the choice filling on 4th September, but the result, 2nd September, but it got extended till today. Possibly, we are expecting a provisional result sometime over the next few days. First thing is, so similar to other states, wait for a joining date extension. If you have not joined your All India Round 2 seat, wait if there is a joining date extension. Let us say they give you 2-day extension, good. Nothing to be done. Wait for Gujarat results. Wait if they don't give, and you have to take a forced decision if you're All India Round 2 not joined. But you can also wait for something else. Let us say the resignation timeline has been extended. for All India round 2 joined or All India round 1 retained, the resignation deadline has been extended by another 2 days. Wait for that too by today evening or by max by tomorrow afternoon. Let us say you wait for these two timelines. You can either join and then even resign, right? If you are not joined now. So that opportunity is provided for all these candidates, AAR1 retained or anyone who joins AAR2. Then you have 2 more days till the time your resignation is possible. Third, wait for Gujarat Hard 2 results. If the results come in today night itself or tomorrow morning, the problem gets sorted out. There is no forced decision to make, even if MCC does not extend. So these three are factors. Wait for these. All these are under the assumption again that it is an assumption that since state has removed the clause about removing All India round 2 joint candidates. State has removed that clause. Basically, they had a clause saying, I will remove All India round 2 joint candidates from state R2 allotment. This year, the revised gazette order on the rules. And post that, they have come up with All India round 2, updated rules for every round, 4 rounds of counseling, correct? The last one that they came up with, I think around the last week of August. None of them mention about removing All India round 2 joint candidates from state R2 allotment. The Gazette has been modified to updated rules. The updated rules at least don't mention that. The Gazette, we ignore the Gazette, but post that there has been a change. And the updated rules clearly do not mention removing All India round 2 joint candidates. If you go through the groups, Telegram groups, candidates will mention multiple things saying that they've got inside information, but this rule is not there. This is still an assumption because candidate states has not mentioned that All India round 2 joint candidates we will not remove. They have just removed that clause from last year. So take your assumption on this and then take a wise decision. This is an assumption that you have to make based on whatever information is available. We can give you information that state has removed that clause, but what happens finally to state, whether it is being taken up again, etc. That is whether MCC directs them. The MCC hasn't directed anything for UG. So all those are what will happen later. Now, if this does not happen, Gujarat results don't come up by tomorrow. Extension is also not provided by tomorrow 12 no. So you will either have an All India round 2 not joint seat or an All India round 1 retain seat or an All India round 2 joint seat. Any three scenarios you will be in to take a decision. Between that seat and an expected state R2 seat, you will have to decide by tomorrow. In case the deadlines are not changed or you don't have your results by tomorrow afternoon. Don't push it beyond tomorrow afternoon or basically noon. Have at least 2-3 hours to take a decision so that you're in case you decide to join the All India round 2 seat, you're able to join at the institute. So what does that mean? This decision can even be taken today, assuming that this does not happen. None of these happen. Will I decide on my state All India round 2 seat or will I decide on my state round 2 expected seat? You can take this decision today and then take a call on traveling in case you are going for your All India round 2 seat in the absence of any other intimation on this. Okay, so that you need to take a call. In case you're going with your All India round 2 joint seat without knowing your state round 2 results, you want to take your All India round 2 joint seat and then take a call. That is a forced decision. I don't have a timeline extension. I am a little worried. Then you have to be at the All India round 2 institute tomorrow afternoon, at least so that you complete every process by 4 p.m. tomorrow. Maybe extended till 5, but don't check. Take a chance. We come to Tamil Nadu. Assumptions? No assumptions because Tamil Nadu has very clearly the intention seems to be let us not let us delay as much as possible. Whatever happens, let it happen. We are not going by any directions or rules. Let that come in and take its time. Let time take its own course. Not a great situation to be in for a Tamil Nadu candidate. Very, very unfortunate. But at least some clarity on something should be there, whether they are allowing or not allowing. But unfortunate situation. Here, you have 6th September as the choice filling start date, and Tamil Nadu ends the provides is going to publish the final results on 11th September unless something any other direction comes in very strongly. So here, uh, what we need to see now is the suggestion. What can be done for Tamil Nadu? Very critical, difficult situation. One thing you can do is the forced choice between All India round 2 seat that you have, either you joined or not joined or All India round 1 detained. This seat versus an expected state round 2 seat, you will have to take a forced decision by 5th afternoon. That is the scenario as of now. Either you're going to join the All India round 2 seat and continue with some hope, or uh, hope of a resignation, or you're going to not join the seat or resign the All India round 2 seat, leave that seat because state is confusing you and you want to be there on 11th September. So fundamentally, two things. One, joining date, whether it is going to be extended till 11th, still 11th September, it is a very, very huge stretch of timelines. Not sure whether it will happen. Uh, you can options, but not sure whether it will happen. Resignation timeline extension, 9th September, All India is starting the choice filling for round 3. Not sure whether it will happen. Very, very uh, dicey only. It is less chance, let us say. Third is, there is hope in the form of UG. UG, All India MCC has extended the timelines of resignation even while choice filling is happening now. Choice filling has started for All India round 3. They extended the timeline because many candidates represented. Maybe if that minor hope exists for those candidates who are in a confused situation now, if they extend, Tamil Nadu, after they extended, Tamil Nadu has extended the joining for round 2 today. They've also done that. All India extended the resignation deadline. After resignation, Tamil Nadu joining should also be extended. Tamil Nadu joining has been extended till 7th September, all for UG. Okay, you're talking about UG here. So, since All India, even after choice filling, there is an extension possible, and Tamil Nadu has extended to align with that. Maybe there was a direction from DGHS. We don't know. But there is a glimpse of hope saying that maybe possible, this may be possible even when All India round 3 is happening. But that glimmer of hope that you have, whether it is going to help you take a confident decision, unfortunately, maybe no, because you don't know what will happen, and you can't be 100% confident that what happened in UG might happen. Let us say you want to take a forced decision as of now. 5th September or whatever timeline it is extended, resignation is extended till 7th September. On 7th September, you have to take a forced decision, right? Whether you're going to hold on to the seat without knowing whether Tamil Nadu will remove, what will they remove, whether Tamil Nadu will, how will they remove, under what authority they will remove joint candidates, without knowing whether this 11th September, after 11th September, you will be allowed to resign. On a particular date, you will have to take a forced decision, which is either the joining end date or the resignation end date, whichever is later. You'll have to take a forced decision if you are holding an All India seat. How will you take that decision? Go through last year's allotment mapping. That will give you good details. Still, it is not that you cannot go and attend state round 2. You can still not join your All India round 2 seat and go ahead and attend state round 2. And if you don't get a seat, you will be able to come back to All India round 3, hoping that your All India round 2 seat is available. Clear? Last year, this option was not available in terms of after joining, resigning, and then going back to state round 2. But still, you have that option. R2 is not state, R2 is not closed for you now. Just because you hold an All India round 2 seat, you can still resign or join and not join the All India round 2 seat, or resign the All India round 1 retained or All India round 2 joint seat and go ahead and participate in Tamil Nadu state round 2. So be very clear about that. The option of state round 2 still exists. There are so many candidates who took up a decision to go back to state round 2, which was the right decision last time for many candidates. Only a percentage did not take that. Second, there are many candidates who took up a decision. There are other candidates who took up a decision to stay in All India round 2, which also ended up at a right decision because they did not see better options in state round 2. That decision is still possible till tomorrow. Look at allotment mapping. Look at the trends comparing 2022 round 1 versus round 2 of state. After looking at each level of seats, the seats that you're looking at, how many have moved, possibly got better seats from state R1 to state R2 in allotment mapping or in through direct information, trying to gather from them and then try to take a call. In case decision is by September 5th, you have a short timeline for taking this decision on joining the All India round 2 seat. If it extends beyond 2 days, another 2 days, you still have a time to take this particular decision. So this is for Tamil Nadu. As of now, we have this. We'll also be running sessions on the other states. We'll quickly run through this. We are doing it on a step-by-step basis. This is part 1, which is over. We'll also be looking at other states. For some states like Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, no timelines have been prescribed. We don't have clarity. Andhra Pradesh is already delayed. Karnataka, only round 1 is happening. We may not be having any clarity on that, except for the fact that you might be able to choose choice 2 or choice 3 now, and then go ahead with the rest of the processes as it comes. You wait till Karnataka round two. You can always resign your choice to seat and then take a call to participate in further rounds of Karnataka or join another seat. So take a call on that part, because if in case you anyways resign for another seat, you will have to resign for another seat. You resign, that doesn't impact anyone. You're not blocking anything because the seat goes into All India Karnataka round two. So those take a call anywhere. Always candidates who believe that there is a lot of blocking happen, understand that there will be only one seat. Candidates are admitted at any point in time. If someone fills in a choice and then doesn't join, definitely that is an impact. There is that might need to be taken up as far as blocking is concerned. If somebody is filling in choices continuously and not joining the seat, or filling in random choices for helping out someone else, yeah, that is definitely blocking. If the intention is to fill in choices randomly without even joining continuously, there is a pattern, then think through it and then take a call. Otherwise, if somebody is going to fill a choice and then join as per rules, then obviously they're joining as per rules. I mean, no authority will be taking action against them. So, because they allotted, they allowed them as per rules, and if the rules allow, they can fill choices and join the seat. The earlier seat will be coming back in the next rounds. Almost all the states except which we have discussed. Kerala is also intending to do that possibly in upgradation. We'll have to wait. West Bengal, Maharashtra, or whatever seat, whatever state, most of them are now allowing upgradation from state round two to round three, which means the state round two unallotted seat will be available in state round three. Joint and resign will be available in state round. Now, this is pretty much, we'll look at the other states in part two.